All right, let's get into it. Today, we are cracking open a really fascinating book from 1977. It takes the legend of El Dorado, the lost city of gold, and just completely turns it on its head with this wild, cosmic twist that's about way more than just treasure.
I mean, we all know the story, right? This legendary city swimming in gold, a king who literally covers himself in gold dust, a treasure so immense it's driven people mad for centuries, hidden somewhere deep in the jungle. It's the ultimate adventure story. And right there, that's the central question this book asks. It basically says, hey, what if you've been looking in the wrong place? What if the real prize is something totally different and maybe way more valuable? So let's start there by unlocking what this deeper meaning actually is. Because the author, Joseph Whitfield, he totally redefines what the treasure of El Dorado even means. Okay, so the book lays out two ideas of treasure that exist at the same time. On one hand, you've got the classic legend, all about physical gold, jewels, the whole deal. But then there's this new vision, and it doesn't say the gold isn't real. It says, sure, the physical riches are there, but there's this other treasure right alongside it, a massive trove of spiritual knowledge. Both are just waiting to be found. Now, to even begin to understand this spiritual treasure, the book kind of zooms in on the individual. It takes us on this journey that goes way beyond a single human life and into the nature of the soul itself. And the core concept here? Reincarnation. But it's not just about, coming back as a different person. The key idea in the book is that it's a structured process, a progression. Think of each life as a class in this giant cosmic school, and it's all being guided by what it calls a divine plan. So you might be asking, how does the soul actually do that? How does it keep going? Well, the book introduces these things called finer bodies. The best way to think of them is like nested layers of yourself, your consciousness. They aren't physical, so they don't get destroyed when the body dies. They're the vehicles that carry you, your memories, your lessons from one lifetime to the next. Okay, so from that personal journey of the soul, the book then zooms way, way out to this massive cosmic stage. And it asks a really big question. Are we actually alone in the universe? This quote pretty much sums it all up. The whole idea isn't about planets millions of light years away. No, it's about other worlds, other realities, existing right here, right now, in the same space as us, just vibrating at a different frequency, totally invisible to our normal senses. And the book uses this perfect analogy to explain it. Just think about it. The room you're in right now is completely filled with radio waves, TV signals, Wi-Fi, cell signals. All of it is occupying the exact same space, but none of it crashes into each other. Why? Because they're on different frequencies. The book suggests other dimensions work the exact same way. The book then breaks these hidden worlds down into two main types. First, there's life on other planets right here in our solar system, but they exist in what's called a higher vibrational state, basically a less dense, non-physical form of matter. And second, you've got these totally separate dimensions that are layered right on top of our own reality, like sheets of paper. So if all these other worlds and dimensions are out there, is there any contact? Is there any connection between us and them? Well, according to this book, the answer is a big yes. And that connection comes from a group called the Dawnbreakers. Now, these aren't aliens in the classic sense, invaders or anything like that. In this story, the Dawnbreakers are specifically described as benevolent guides. Their whole reason for being is to act as our teachers, to help humanity get ready for a big leap forward. So, what's their job exactly? Well, they're here to actively help us evolve. They're working in sync with that big divine plan we talked about earlier. And get this, their goal is to help us uncover both kinds of treasure, the spiritual wisdom and incredible new technologies. And that brings us to the biggest idea of all, the one thing that ties this entire vision together. It's this concept of a cosmic blueprint, a divine plan for absolutely everything. It's such a simple statement, but it is so profound in this context. It means that within this worldview, nothing is random. Not the journey of your soul, not the rise and fall of entire civilizations. It's all part of this incredibly intricate, purposeful design. And the really crucial part is that this plan is active. It's not just a blueprint that sits on a shelf. According to the book, it's what guides history. It determines when humanity is ready to find these treasures, both the gold and the knowledge, and it manages when we'll finally become aware of these other realities.
So, what does it all mean? When you take a step back from this absolutely incredible cosmic vision, what's the ultimate point? Well, the book really wants to leave you with a powerful message of hope.
If you strip away all the reincarnation cycles, the other dimensions, and the cosmic guides, this is what's left at the very center. It's a direct argument against the idea that we're just alone on a rock, floating through a dead universe. It suggests we are part of something so much bigger. And this all builds to this really uplifting outlook. The idea is that we're not just on a one-way street from birth to death. No, we're part of this eternal existence. We're connected to other worlds. We're being guided by these incredible beings of light. And our ultimate destiny in this vision is to wake up to our own higher divine potential. And that just leaves us with one final provocative thought to chew on. For all the talk of lost cities, hidden gold, and worlds beyond our own, this vision of El Dorado suggests the ultimate treasure hunt might just lead right back to ourselves.